What's up? What's up, Brew Crew? We are back at it again, once again. K Rob and Mr. Byron Moss in the house. And speaking on behalf of the absent yet still active Mr. Jared Mossman, another episode of Triple B's. Hope you all been having a wonderful Sunday afternoon on this April 21st, 2024. And if you do smoke, I hope you partook in 420 yesterday. And Byron, do you smoke, brother?
I do not.
Hmm.
It's my own personal choice, although now it'd be no problem because my little brother runs the vape shop at the Green Light Dispensary in Hayti.
Uh huh.
So like he sells it and smokes it fairly often.
Yeah, I got plenty of friends who do and get down. Definitely not a me thing per se. But hey, 420 was yesterday. Hope you all enjoyed, and just hope you guys have been having a wonderful go with things as of late. And it's so great to be back in the lab making another triple B's for you that will be exclusive to YouTube. So, and we will shamelessly plug that later on in the day. So, other than that, how you been doing, brother?
Oh, work. Trying to hope the Missouri bipolarness goes away so we actually get some consistent weather. The going from 80 degrees to 50 degrees to hail, tornadoes, all that in span of a week.
I can't stand this weather because it doesn't stay consistent, and I don't know what days I'm going to have the heat or air on in the house.
Right, right. And on top of
Jeez.
that, it's allergy season is hitting strong.
Yeah, a lot of people around me have been getting hit hard with allergies, and it just sucks. And folks'
Yeah,
heads all of a sudden weigh an extra 20 pounds. You know what I mean?
yeah. The
Um,
if you live in Missouri, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know, and we knows. Yeah, I've been doing all right down here. Been working on the YouTube channel K Rob's Corner on YouTube. If you
hmm
haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'll love you forever, and maybe me love you long time. Uh, maybe depends on who you are. No, we actually got to do a really fun WrestleMania 40 live stream, which was just a couple of weeks ago, as everybody knows. What an amazing WrestleMania 40 we got
Yes.
to experience
Like
both nights.
honestly, questionably top 15, potentially top 10
No,
of all time WrestleManias.
that's easily a top 10 all time WrestleMania. Now, for a main event, that's top five.
I mean, again, I say tentatively top 10 because there's been 40 WrestleManias and there's been a lot of good WrestleManias.
Yes, there have been a lot of good ones, and this definitely is up there. The energy, I know night one, the crowd was kind of lukewarm, which is ironic because the reason
That's,
why is because it was cold.
I mean, to be fair, when WrestleMania was one night only, the crowd went haywire because again, it's one night only. But now
Mhm.
it's two nights. Like night one is always just kind of the warm up. Night two is always where the action's at.
Well, that depends. It wasn't the case so much with WrestleMania 39. I guess it just varies. But also, it was Philadelphia and it was cold, and I don't think everyone was fully prepared for that. Now it was warmer night two, and there was a lot more stakes on the line for the main event of night two, as we all know. Cody Rhodes finished the damn story. If you want to see my reaction to that entire main event, you should check out on the channel. Had a 2 night stream. It was a lot of fun, and I actually got shushed on my stream by my daughter for being too loud. Now, bless my daughter. So I have the sweetest child in the world, and she has all of the sass that comes with being my child. She
and
straight up, you watch your mouth.
I just say like I've known you for how many years now, and you are sass personified. And I live with a sassy woman.
Man, listen. I don't like how true that statement is, but the more as she gets older, it's so obvious. And I'm like, I couldn't have been like this. But no, she walked in and shushed me because she was trying to sleep. I didn't think I was being that loud. I really didn't.
Dude, that's something we need to talk about at some point in time. It's like how like as guys we don't feel like we're very loud, but like there'll be times like I'm in here just chit chatting or game with my friends, and she's like, my wife's like, babe, you need to quiet down a bit. Like the neighbors gonna hear. I'm like, am I really that loud?
It's something you don't really take into consideration. I'll admit. I mean, how many years of my life in the last decade have I spent with a headset on, and
Oh,
you're not cognitively aware of how loud you are. Like hell, I couldn't tell you how loud I am right now.
same, same.
but
But God bless noise canceling headphones.
No shit, right? But the stream was a lot of fun. Had 470 views on it, which for me is a new high. I was
Yeah.
very surprised, very thankful. And to the one person in the chat that was actually in the stadium and chose to talk to me while looking at the Rock, hey, I thank you. Holy crap, you chose me over him. So for about 5 seconds, damn it, I was the final boss. That's what we've
Oh,
been working on here, and
I do have one thing to mention real quick before we get jump into the
yeah.
starting next weekend, the 2024 concert series for me and Rachel starts again.
Let's go. Let's go.
Next weekend we're seeing Greta Van Fleet, and then the following week we're seeing for the second time together, Sabaton and Judas Priest.
You, dude, first off, screw you on the Judas Priest. I want so badly to see Judas Priest. Holy crap. Did I just get a text from Jared Mossman during this show?
Does he live? Does he exist? I don't know.
Apparently he does, because I sent him a thing, and I will continue on with concerts in just a moment. I sent him a thing that said Midwest peer pressure is when your neighbor just mowed their lawn and you have 24 hours to respond. And he said, damn right. Because no one, he loves his lawn more than his kids and his wife, if we're being completely
He loves
honest.
his lawn more than us. That's
Facts.
saying something.
Says a lot, because when's the last time he did a show? Busting balls, bro. Busting
Yeah.
balls.
Yep.
So you've got some shows coming up. I want to go, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to Lacuna Coil and New Year's Day, May 14th in Topeka. And their lead singer, Coil, just dropped a new single collaborating with Ash Costello of New Year's Day, and it dropped, I want to say, Friday morning. Dude, I about lost my freaking mind watching this video. It's a super good song. Let me see. It's called "In the Meantime." It's on YouTube right now on Coil's official YouTube channel. I want to go to that show, but I've obviously got the big one in November or in August 8th, Hailstorm, Hollywood Undead, and Rogers, Arkansas. I am
Yep.
so freaking stoked. That's
I,
my
I
dude. That's my birthday gift. Are you
yeah,
kidding?
yeah. I hope the weather holds out and it's not wet. I somebody who saw who's been in that amphitheater when it was raining. It gets a bit muddy.
I've never experienced anything like that. Have you?
Oh yeah, yeah. We went and we saw. I can't remember who the opener was, but it was Hailstorm and uh, Godsmack. And towards the midpoint of Godsmack's set, it started sprinkling and get drizzly, and the ground was getting a bit muddy.
I bet that sucked. I ain't gonna hold
I
you.
mean, from what I understand, that's nothing compared to what happens at walk-in open air. Like apparently that gets muddy.
But also, dude, like having watched the Vakken open air concert from Nightwish about 87 times, that's 85,000 people. You imagine all that bo and all that shit.
I
Ah, I'm
I
good.
I just think it gets crazy, but you know what? That's kind of something on my bucket list. I would love to go to walk-in or Vakken, whatever you want to pronounce it, open air.
It's in Germany. It's Vakken. You gotta, I vamped. No, that
I get that. I get that. Uh, my boss is I've mentioned before. She's German, great, one of the greatest people I know, and like to see her how she pronounces certain things is kind of funny.
see, that is also a bucket list for me as well. And I know Nightwish, they're gonna be going back on tour, but it's overseas. But still, they're getting into it.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunately for us, like all the bands you and I want to see are European.
Pretty much. I mean, thankfully, LC is coming to the States, and they will be in St. Louis, as a matter of fact. Let me see when that is, when they'll be up there. Let's see, tickets. Take a look. By the way, holy crap! This is Lacuna Coil's 30th year as an official band. Damn it, 30 years, dude.
Dude, like
Wow.
every time I see like dude, like Godsmack and all of them Disturbed. Uh, I mean, dude, like have you seen like Fall Out Boy now? They look old.
I don't like that. I think musicians need to be immortal. They need to get that Keith Richards gene.
I don't know. Like I said though, like don't get me wrong, I've seen Fall Out Boy twice now, and they still know how to bring it.
Definitely. Lacuna Coil will be in St. Louis on the 15th of May at Delmar Hall with
Yep.
Oceans of Slumber. And the show of the New Year's Day is in Wichita, not Topeka. Cheapest $35. Shoot. But that's a Tuesday, and I'm like, man, Actually gotta work at the job. You know, I'm like, son of a bitch.
I get that.
You know.
Also, a band we're gonna go see for a second time, bigger venue, is Sleep Token. I think in August,
Okay.
which it's they're a band that is climbing fast.
That is absolutely awesome, and a shout out to one of our buddies, Michael of Tilted Casuals Pod. Just recently got to experience Ailstorm up in.
Ailstorm,
Yeah, he went to go see Ailstorm, dude.
Ale, AI,
No, ALE.
the pirate metal band.
Yeah, yeah, St. Louis.
Fuck him.
Yes, St. Louis. Thanks for coming to our musical performance. They'll be in Indianapolis, well, in
Wait, wait, wait,
Nashville
wait, wait, wait,
tonight.
wait, wait, wait. They were here in St. Louis.
Yeah, dude.
How did I not know about this?
I don't know. You missed out, dude.
Fuck.
April. Yeah, they were there Friday night at Red Flag.
Red Flag?
Yeah.
That's a tiny venue, but God damn it.
Oklahoma City. Thanks to the 3 people that got arrested after the show. Holy shit,
Dude! Like, Ailstorm is a freaking they're unique. Like,
big shout out though to our man Mike and his podcast Tilted Casuals, which you can check out on Spotify, and they do have a new episode that just dropped
yeah,
yesterday.
Mike, go fuck yourself. I hate you.
Lovingly, he says, "Go fuck yourself. I love you to pieces, you handsome bastard."
Yeah, it's nothing against it. It's just like I've been listening to Ailstorm since like 2017, 2018, I think.
I think we might need to do another collab with those dudes, and you gotta get some stories out. But yeah, give their podcast a listen. Tilted Casuals episode 19 is the Tilted Casuals Guide to Getting Good: How to Kinda Not Suck at Dark Souls.
Step 1, hate your life. Step 2,
Yeah,
make sure you have lots of controllers on hand.
that
Step 3,
wants you to die all the time.
step 3, cry and die internally.
Yeah.
Step 4, get good.
Well, that should always be number one.
No,
Get
no, no.
good.
Step 5. Step 5, because you understand. You gotta have your controllers on hand. You gotta like give up your entire existence. You've gotta like die internally. Then you get good.
That's fucking awesome. I've never played Dark Souls.
Oh god,
I just know it's like a big pick of a die game.
it's not because of die. It's a game of like here's the thing. There's games that are hard. They're challenging. Then there's games that are Dark Souls that are literally we are hard. We are intentionally hard. There's no like hard mode. The game is already on hard mode.
So with that being said, from the old school perspective, is this like Battletoads hard, Ninja Gaiden hard?
No, Battletoads is hard because of design issues. This game is hard intentionally.
Mm.
Any Dark Souls fan out there be like, I'm not good. Yeah, I'm not good at the game. I tried it. I don't have the time to sink thousands of hours into the damn game, or even hundreds go conserve hundreds of hours of the game to get good. To all those that can do it, more power to you, but that's besides the point.
So that's a word to the wise. See, we may have to do a future episode talking about just the hardest games we've ever played, because clearly you've got some experience in that where I don't.
Here's the thing. I picked it up thinking it was a casual, oh, it's a fantasy RPG. Yeah, this will be fun. What? How many times have I died in this fight? And this is just random mobs? No, thank you. Like honestly, probably the hardest games I've played, probably closest to like Dark Soul esque, if I understand it correctly, is Star Wars Fallen Order, I believe.
Well, tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, it's been out for years, but it's challenging. I won't deny that. I beat the game, but it's challenging.
Okay.
Like Dark Souls esque is qualifies like Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. What was it? Oh god, it's getting new DLC here. I can't think of the damn game. I'm blanking. It's by the creators of Dark Souls. I just can't think.
Might need to look into that real quick.
Yeah, I will. There's another. There's like two other ones I can't think. I'm just gonna have to look these up. Souls-like
Yeah,
games.
Souls light game. See, that's absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that the game still sells and is regarded so well, despite people knowing how frustrating it is. See,
Yep.
that's something different.
Uh, I mean, there's the thing of being Bloodborne and Elden Ring. Those are the other two.
Okay, I mean, now I've seen a lot of Elden Ring. I've actually never been hands on with the game, but it looks hard as shit. It does.
Yep, it's up there. I mean, some people have the time and energy to stick to that. I do not.
Mm.
But anyway,
Well,
we're way off tangent already. We need to get back
completely.
into.
No, we completely are, as we're prone to do every now and then. See, a couple things that we want to get into today, especially now. One is very near and dear to your heart. Probably, if would I say that this is Fallout is your new favorite show, or is it your new
Uh,
favorite thing?
it's my. I mean, I want more. It's that good. Like no joke. Like out of every video game adaptation, if any movie or TV show,
Yeah.
Fallout to me comes the closest to keeping it as lore accurate as possible without going too far off the rails. Like I couldn't find a fault in it. Really, I mean, there's some parts where I was like, it's kind of slow. I'm not a big fan of like the sequencing. I get why they're doing it, but like as a whole, it felt like I was watching Fallout gameplay.
Oh, that okay. I like the sound of that.
Because like anybody that's out there who's played experienced anything Fallout, it's most except for New Vegas. New Vegas is its own separate thing. But again, New Vegas kind of sort of makes an appearance, if that makes sense to those who watch the show.
Okay.
Essentially, you're playing a character in the god awful wasteland. Shit happens, and I told you about a line. My favorite line from the show.
Yeah, I thought this was fire and made so much sense.
I gotta find the quote.
Yeah. I've never actually seen. See, I haven't seen Fallout. Everything I hear about is through you because I don't have Amazon Prime. So
Yeah,
this is completely your platform. If you find that quote,
I
yeah.
will.
Now you got to
I
go
will.
actually look it up. see, see this show like it's been getting rave reviews from so many people, and you're the only person I know who's actually watched it.
I I've got some friends who watched it too. They have minor complaints, but no, like I guess it's hard to blame.
To be fair, what gamer doesn't have anything to complain about in any type of translation of an IP that they love? You're always like we're always, and I think it's to our detriment. We're always finding something. Like
Yeah,
it's a big yeah, but shit. Like why do we do that? You know? Oh, dude, I found the text. That was so quick.
I got
Rule,
it.
yeah, you
Rule
go read
rule
it.
number rule number one of the wasteland is you always get sidetracked by some bullshit. That is the biggest nod to any RPG out there. Like if you've played Skyrim, if you've played literally any RPG out there, you have the main storyline, and somewhere along the line, some side quest is going to take your attention, and you're now for the next several hours, you're doing a bunch of side quests.
Yep. Side missions are everywhere. It's so true.
Yes, it was
I
like
laughed so hard when you sent me that.
I was like he said that line, and I was like, oh my god, yes,
That's so accurate.
yes. Like I said, they stayed true to the lore, to the world. The world, there was no compromise. The world was Fallout. It was the wasteland. Like every little detail, they were so particular on the details. The vaults looked like the vaults. The wasteland, the interactions with people, like caps being required for everything. The stim packs, the Radaway, uh, the food they were eating literally was boxed up like you'd see if it was in the game.
See, little attention to detail goes such a long way.
Yes, and the power armor. Oh my god! Like,
Anything else you got to wax poetic on? Because I know you could go about this. I know you could go
oh
about this show all day.
yes. It's if you've played Fallout and you're a fan of the series, the franchise as a whole, like go watch it. You will not regret it. Like, let's put it this way. One of my friends, he's a really good friend of mine. His name's Casey. We
Hmm.
game all the time. He's watched it. Here's his one complaint: the character Maximus. He just felt like the character was just he didn't like the character.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't like the story. Didn't like anything revolving around him, and just didn't feel just didn't like his story. Which, you know what, I kind of get. I saw his point. I kind of get it, but that's his only complaint was he didn't like a character. You know what? If that's your only complaint somebody has about a show, can you really say it's a bad show?
No, the show's doing something clearly right.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
the
all.
great thing.
That at that point, it just sounds like you're grasping for straws. And at that, if there's a character you don't like, it's just a personal preference.
Yeah,
Other than that, the
I,
show's dope.
yeah, and the thing for me is like I felt like some of the flashback scenes were kind of drawn out. I get why they were necessary to kind of like build everything up and help show how everything came to be, but again, that's a minor complaint. Uh, like, and the thing is this: they made a lead. This is something I might get some flack for this, but I don't fucking care.
Let
They
them let them
made
know.
they made a female lead that was organic and well done without shoving it down your throat
Like it used to be.
like it has been for the last I couldn't tell you how many years. Like this, anybody out there who wants to do a female lead, this is how you do it. You don't have to like gender bend whatever. Create a story that has good substance, and the fans will appreciate the character.
Yeah. That's all it is, and that's all it's ever going to be, and that's all it should be.
Yes.
So
And we did get a question about from listener.
go ahead. We did get one
I'll,
fan submitted question. I super
I think you
appreciate
have
that.
that question. I do not.
I will have to go and dig deep into that.
Oh, I
But
think I remember it was. I think I remember it was. It was
okay,
I don't remember who it was, but they asked.
I know
Oh,
who it was. Give a quick shout out to him. Shout out to my man Kadam Etheridge. He is an old coworker of mine. He actually was my replacement at radio. We call him the Ginger Avenger. So, dude, yeah, super dope radio name. But you have the question from him, so big shout out to you, brother.
yep,
Appreciate it.
yep. He asked, "Has Fallout after watching the series has it enticed us to go back and play the games?" And yes, I will say that. Literally a day after I finished the series, or even the day of, I started a new playthrough of Fallout 3. I have played majority of New Vegas and a small chunk of 4, but I never got a chance to finish 3. So my goal right now is to finish 3, replay New Vegas, and then finish up 4 at some point in time. So I've got a couple things on my plate.
All right, and hey, if it gives you the urge to dig back in a little bit, that's always freaking awesome. And again, big shout out to the Ginger Avenger for the question. I miss you, man. I ain't seen you in a long time. And also on a side note, whenever I got jumped, he was the one that actually called the cops and he carried me up to my apartment. So I'll always be very thankful and eternally thankful to that man for what he did. So big shout out, big thank you. And if you ever have any questions, drop them for us on our official Triple B's page on YouTube, or you can put them in the comment section on this video whenever it goes up on YouTube as
Uh,
well.
you can also message us on Facebook and Twitter. We take all questions. We don't care how
So
big, small. We do ask that it's somewhat appropriate. I know we blur the line here very often
I
here on
said,
the
are you kidding?
podcast. We blur the line, but like at the same time, it's like there's just, be conscientious of certain things. Like we don't like say as we said before, we don't talk politics. So
Nothing inappropriate. And as I always say, don't ask us anything that we'd be embarrassed for our mothers to hear. I still have a very healthy respect, love, and fear of my mother, and I ain't trying to have her be embarrass her nowhere.
Mama Roberts has no problem coming out to your house and whooping that ass.
Probably not. Probably not. Don't care how old she is. You know what? In fairness, she's in her 60s and her skin looks better than mine. So, but you are very very high on the new Fallout show, which you can find on Amazon Prime, I believe. Correct?
Yes, it is, or any streaming service that you might happen to run into.
I ain't got the money for no Amazon Prime right now, dude.
I am not saying that. I am simply saying, or on any.
Mm-hmm.
It's recommended you go to Amazon Prime, but if you can find it somewhere else, you know what?
Totally.
That's on you. I'm not encouraging it. I'm saying,
Wink, 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 wink. I'll tell you this right now. One show I don't have to do anything like that with is X-Men '97. Dude, let me tell you something.
yes.
I don't remember the last time I was so hyped for a cartoon, but we've been waiting so long for this. Man, I woke up in the middle of the day because I work overnight, so I sleep in the afternoon. Dude, I got my ass up so quick on that. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday for episode 1 for
Mhm.
me or to my X-Men. Oh, I have cried so much watching this show, and we're only 6 episodes in.
The,
This shit is heavy.
the thing is if you grew up with the X Men in the '90s, it had some adult like content in it, but at the same time, it's still geared towards kids.
Yeah, this time not as much.
What I've seen at least from what I've not watched X Men '97 yet. I want to go back and watch all of the original X Men first because I've only ever watched bits and pieces here and there of it. I've never
Oh
watched
man.
all of it.
Okay.
Um, it's on my list of stuff I need to watch. I've got a bucket list. Also, a side note: did you know that Double Dragons is on Amazon Prime?
Wait, like the
The
movie?
cartoon.
Oh no! Whoa, dude, why? I used to watch that shit on weekends on USA Network with Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, which is worse. Why is that?
It's not a bad show. It's a good kids adaptation of it.
No, the problem is what that cartoon is based off of. No, it's not based off. It spawned the worst Double Dragon game in the franchise, Double Dragon 5: The Shadow Falls on Super Nintendo.
Uh
That game
oh
sucks.
that oh the are you talking about the Arena Fighter?
Yeah, that game sucks.
Okay,
It's
well
it's it's based on the cartoon,
yeah,
but
fair enough. But as a side note, we'll get into that another day. It's just
that
I didn't know if you knew that or not. I
no,
found it.
I can't believe that. I can't believe a platform picked that up.
Hey, strange things have happened. But anyway, back to X Men. But yeah, so
Yes,
growing up, I didn't
please.
get a chance to ever really watch all of it. But like from what I've seen of '97, is they took everything that made the original '90s X Men and just cranked it up for adults. So the kids who grew up watching it are now adults. So let's make it more adult. And like, oh my god, like they are like I would probably argue this is probably the closest to a real, true adaptation of X Men from the comics.
Yes. Given that I forget the name of the series that they're spawning off of right now, but it's from the 1980s. I'm still in recovery from not this past week's episode,
Episode
but
5.
episode 5.
Dear
You know,
God.
do you know what episode 5 felt like? It felt like an episode 9 of Game of Thrones.
Oh,
That's what it felt like.
Oh,
That felt like Baylor. It felt like the Reigns of Castamere. I
no.
mm, bro.
I saw what happened at the end of it. Uh, dear God. I
Yeah.
was not expecting that, and it's only episode 5. Like, I expect that kind of shit in some like the hardcore animes. Like, there's some animes out there where like no character is safe.
Like they just flat out went there.
Yep, and
So
we're trying not to do any spoilers for folks out there. We recommend you go see it yourself.
mm.
But like, no, like I said, this is like the true adaptation of X Men. Because like the comics are gritty and like horrible at times.
Yeah, absolutely horrible. And you push the buttons a lot more now, dude. In this version of X-Men, you even have a little bit of swearing.
Yeah, and like love quadrangle going on.
Oh boy. The two Jean Greys. Dude, that messed me up because again, a lot of people who watch the show have not read that line of comics, which I didn't have access to X-Men comics much when I was a child, and I've never partook in collecting. But when Morph opened the door at the end of episode 2, after Jean, who we thought gave birth to their baby, there's freaking Jean Grey at the door. What? And it just ends like that. No, I'm in my living room and like my jaw's on the floor. I could not believe what I was seeing. Like we got two Jean Greys and the show just ends like that.
Yep.
Excuse me,
Hey, that's a great cliffhanger.
bro. And yeah, if you haven't seen episode 5 yet, not spoiling. I'm biting my lip, trying not, fighting the urge to say anything.
Yep.
But dude,
Yep.
wow.
Mm-hmm. So
Also, the theme song, Chef's Kiss. Got to give huge credit. Originally, it was
also,
Ron.
also say like the big thing. I've not seen it, but I've read a lot of stuff online, and the animators take such great detail. If you watch the early episode theme, it's the first Jean Grey. If you watch the
Yes.
ones after, it's the
Yes.
second Jean Grey.
Yeah. See, that's another thing I wanted to get into is the roll call. You've got to pay attention to the changes made. Some are subtle, some are noticeable. And with certain changes throughout the show, certain characters are brought out of the roll call, and others, and spoiler, some who've never been in it are in it.
So if you grew up liking the X-Men in the 90s, you've got Disney Plus or Hulu or bundled, whatever, go check out X-Men 97. It
Please
is
do.
it is a phenomenal thing. Like I said, it's the closest to a true comic adaptation. Now,
We even got one side episode with with Mojo, which was fine, especially because they want to do like some kind of video game wink and nod, and you actually had a cartridge that was the exact Sega Genesis cartridge of X-Men, the first X-Men game on Genesis. So those are fine as long as you don't do too many B-side episodes. No, we don't have as much filler because this show is not wasting time with your feelings. I'll tell you that right
no,
now.
here's the thing.
Oof.
I definitely see this probably going 12 plus episodes easily.
I think season 2 and has already been greenlit, so they're way ahead of the. They're already way ahead.
Yep, and also I forgot to mention earlier, the Fallout is already being greenlit for season 2.
I did read that it was, which is
Yep,
absolutely awesome.
yep. So, folks, go
I
check them out.
cannot recommend it enough. Like now, the new theme song stuck in my head right now. So
Also,
good.
we do have a special bit of news. There's a big announcement. I think it was last week.
Oh.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. News on Sonic 3.
Oh, let's freaking go. Yeah, let's freaking go. See, listen, I've slept since then. I'm older than you. So, and this was even wild. Idris Elba was being interviewed at like some red carpet, event, and he gets told in real time that Keanu Reeves is voicing Shadow the freaking Hedgehog. Let's go to that, dude.
Oh my god. And also, did you know we're also getting for Sonic 3? Guess who's coming out of retirement?
Out of retirement.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, he didn't actually
Hey,
retire,
no, he has. He's 100% retired. He just doesn't do any movies anymore.
but he says he's having too much fun doing these Sonic movies.
Exactly. I say within the last year, he's came back. When Sonic 2 ended, he came out and said he was done doing movies. So we
Yeah.
thought we weren't getting him anymore. But he said he's at a point in his life he will only do movies if he feels he's having fun doing them.
Yeah.
And he's had so much fun doing Sonic, and we're gonna get the same cast we had for 2, and adding in now Keanu Reeves for Shadow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So goaded, so goaded.
Like,
I can't wait in November.
oh,
Cannot wait, dude.
oh, dude! Like, if we can get together and like go do a viewing of it,
That would be sick.
just.
I, I tell you what, my daughter is probably the most excited about this because
She's a big Sonic fan.
I've turned her into a Sonic fangirl. She actually just bought her first Sonic figure, but she does prefer, as she breaks them down, she says she likes classic Sonic. She likes tiny Sonic more than modern Sonic.
Okay, it's fair enough. Like, are you talking about like the OG cartoons on Netflix?
No, just like the smaller Sonic. See, here's how she correlates by playing Sonic Generations.
Okay.
She likes classic Sonic more. Even though 2D or three the modern can do more, she likes small. She likes the smaller one. I think she just thinks he's cute or something.
Yeah,
But
probably.
but November, dude. Yeah, like Keanu. We got Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba, and Jim Carrey. Come on. You know what? The only thing that could have made the voice act put it over the top is if you had a cameo voiceover from Jaleel White, as because he's the original voice of Sonic. Dog, that would be so.
Now, never say never, because they could give him a cameo like appearance, like say even if it's just like walking actor or whatnot, you could see him.
That would be. See, you could do something like with him, like at the end of the Power Rangers movie, where you had after the city got destroyed, and you saw Kimberly and Tommy just have that cameo where they turned around and it confirmed that they were together. You could do something like that with Jaleel. You just got to have that little wink and nod in there,
Or
because
heck, just give him one line in it. Have him say in the Sonic voice, "Gotta go fast."
Man, yeah. Now we need it. Like we absolutely need this. Inject this shit right here. So
Yep.
that's something to be super stoked about in November. Um, so we're gonna transition to a couple of things that might piss us off a little bit, and that
Let's pick one of them. I think we should pick one of
just do
them
one, not
because
two.
they're long lists. Like we could be here for a while.
They are. We're not going to read them off. All we're going to do is just read off the ones from our child from the time we were born. So IGN, they post their list. All lists are subjective. We've had
shit. They're not subjective. Their lists are 100% there to garner a reaction. What are you talking about?
So today we're going to react to they dropped two top 25 lists, but we're only going to cover one today. Top 25 comedies of all time. Comedy is totally subjective. We've all got our different takes on what is funny. I'm a little worried to find out what these folks find funny.
It's ING.
Yeah, IGN.
IGN.
I already got the list pulled up, dude.
I need to look at it myself.
Oh boy. So number 25. I love this movie, and I love Bill Murray. Number 25 is Groundhog Day.
Okay, I can see that.
I got no problem with that, and like I said, we don't tolerate Bill Murray slander around here. Only thing is that he's a Cubs fan. Number 24, Mean Girls.
Yeah, I can see that.
Number 23, National Lampoon's Vacation. Now that should be higher, if you ask me.
I'm just not a fan of the National Lampoons.
So let's just go with the stuff that we've mainly heard of. I've never heard of What We Do in the Shadows. That's from 2014.
No, I've seen it.
Okay, you have.
There's a whole TV series based off of two. It's interesting.
Number 21 is Bridesmaids, and I think this was like the start of Melissa McCarthy becoming the queen of R-rated comedies. And
it's kind of funny. Like it's got some laughs. Like
I've
the
seen
scene
it.
where they all have they take the laxatives and they destroy the women's bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that now. I do. Number 20, Game Night.
Never watched this one. I've heard of it, but never watched it.
All right, we got one from It Happened One Night in 1934, The General from 1926.
It happened one night. I've never seen it. The only reference I know of it is from an episode of MASH that by the same name.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's a it's a 1930s, different times.
Number 18, 1926, The General. Number 17 though, Dumb and Dumber.
That's about where I expected. I figured it'd probably be about mid list because like let's be honest, it's not a great movie. It's you'll lose brain cells watching this movie.
You absolutely will. It's probably better to watch this if you're stoned. Can't tell you how many times I've seen
tripping acid.
Yeah, shrooms. Also, they've had comparable movies. There's Something About Mary, Kingpin, and Ace Ventura, the first one.
Ace Ventura.
Now I got a problem. I got a problem here. Number 16, Coming to America. Oh, I got a problem. We got to talk about this. That movie is goated. Period.
I mean, it might be goated or whatnot, but again, this is what I come back and look at. after I see what was above it.
I'm gonna tell you this. I love number 15, but it ain't funnier than Coming to America. The Princess Bride is
The
not
Princess
funnier.
Bride is arguably the greatest movie of all time.
I'm sorry. The correct answer was Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but go off.
No,
Absolutely.
The Princess Bride hits every mark. You want a good action movie? Princess Bride. Good comedy movie? Princess Bride. Good romance movie? Princess Bride. It is every
Okay.
movie. It is
There
the
is
perfect movie.
there is no romance in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but you're still wrong.
But the difference is, good revenge movie? Princess Bride. The Princess Bride has every genre well written into it.
Man, listen.
And it makes the plot itself makes sense with every element of it. Change my mind.
I don't want to go and have the spirit of Andre the Giant choke me out and fart on me and say I am boss now. So and rumor and the story is that every time he was so proud of that movie, he made his fellow wrestlers watch it and no one objected because you didn't piss off Andre.
Yep.
So moving along, it's not funnier than Coming to America or anything Eddie Murphy did, except it's funnier than Norbit. Norbit is trash. Number 14, City Lights from 1931, so some Charlie Chaplin love. Number 13 is Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's about right. Like
I'm with that.
I can do that. Now,
oh, no.
This even being on the next one being even on the list of considerations. Why?
This is some bullshit.
Borat?
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Borat.
I have nothing against Sacha Baron Cohen,
no.
But Borat is trash.
It's the same dude that gave us Bruno. That movie is gross.
Oh God, I want to forget the name of that movie.
What? All right, number 11, I love, but again, listen, come on, America. Nah, Shaun of the Dead is great. Don't get it twisted. 11th funniest movie of all time according to IGN.
Makes sense. Like it's a good classic comedy. It's probably one of the early attempts at making a comedic attempt at zombie movies. At the time, like most zombie movies are horror movies. They went, let's make a comedy.
I think Hot Fuzz is funnier than Shaun of the Dead.
It might still be up higher. I don't know.
And if this was up to Jared, he would absolutely have Scott Pilgrim versus the World in this spot.
Scott Pilgrim's not really a comedy though.
No, but it says more like. But I think he would absolutely agree. Now we're into the top 10, and we're already treading on some. We're already treading.
I've never heard of this next one.
You've never heard of this? Is Spinal Tap? Listen, I'm not saying it's a top 10 like comedy, but it's a massive parody of 80s hair metal. It is very funny.
I mean, sure. I've never seen it or heard of it.
Also, this wonderful movie gave us the lovely Miss Fran Drescher as well. Number 9. Okay, no, damn it. I love Galaxy Quest.
I love it too, but at the same time, like,
come on,
I don't think it deserves to be top 10. I think top 15, not top 10.
All right, now I'm willing to roll with number 8, Anchorman.
I'm not. Nope. Sorry.
You're not? Whoa.
Anchorman is not that great.
I'm not gonna say top 10, but damn it, it's very funny. Even though
maybe in like the sort of break between 25 and 30.
I will say this: I find Talladega Nights funnier than Anchorman.
I think Talladega Nights is not even worth being on any list ever.
You are a freaking communist. That movie is so quotable and so hilarious.
Just because a movie's quotable doesn't mean it's good.
It's generally funny. All right,
it's not. I've never laughed watching it.
Anyway, I love Will Ferrell. This movie's freaking hilarious. Steve Carell is goated. Number 7. All right, now big shout out. Yes, I love this. Young Frankenstein. Damn right.
I 100% fine with the positioning at this one. I'm sorry, Mel Brooks is a comedic genius. Fight me.
No. Yeah, Frankenstein. Thank you very much. But also, come on now, like this is in Gene Wilder getting into his prime.
Yeah, so, this is pre Willy Wonka.
No, it's post. Willy Wonka came out in 1971. I want
I
to say
don't remember. I don't remember.
I will look that up real quick. I'm pretty sure that's a 1971.
Okay, so this
Uh,
is post. Also like Gene Wilder in Blazing Saddles.
hello, let's go. Or Gene Wilder in any movie he did with Richard Pryor.
Yeah. The sad thing is with Blazing Saddles, that movie, if it came out today, would be all of like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, it was. So boy, that censor button. Whoever be running the censor button on Max, if it was a censored version, they'd be so stressed.
No, the thing is, it would be 5 minutes long because of how people are nowadays. You'd have to cut it down to 5 minutes because it's all you can show.
Mm-mm-mm. So we got Young Frankenstein at number 7. Number 6, The Dude Abides with the Big Lebowski. I love this movie. I love Jeff Daniels. John Goodman, a Missouri native, is an absolute icon. And by the way, if there's any actor who literally looks like he would be a professional bowler, it's John Goodman.
Yeah.
You ever notice he played in not only this movie, but in the Flintstones, he only took the role because he got to bowl.
Yep.
That's freaking great. So
I expect that.
now we get into the top 5 with a movie I've never heard of. Wet Hot American Summer. Do you know
I've
anything
heard
about
of it.
this?
I've heard of it, but I think it's up there along the lines of like American Pie.
Okay. Okay. So we got the
I say that's why I think it's like it's a teenage comedy thing, whatever.
so we
They're
got
now a
that at,
dozen.
we got that at number 5. Now it took to number 4 to get our first Mike Myers movie, and the fact that this is not Wayne's World is wrong.
Here's the thing.
It is Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. You gotta remember, Mike Myers wasn't just playing one character.
Yeah, true.
He's playing ops himself in this movie.
Completely.
Like it's goated. Like Austin Powers is goated.
Of course it is, but damn it.
Also, they could never do another Austin Powers like this.
No, not at all. But come on, you know me, and folks. If you don't know me well enough, but you'll find out something. Wayne's World is the greatest thing to ever exist, next to Predator.
I'd say it's Wayne World's a really good movie. I won't deny that.
Now you have that conversation with our dear friend Matt and see how far you.
Here's the thing. We'll just agree to disagree. It's I think it's definitely one. It's a great movie. I've seen it. It's really enjoyable, but it's not up there for me.
See, here's the difference. This is how you'll know how much Wayne's World means to me. Matt and I can be talking about anything. If one of us says a line from Wayne's World, it's all downhill, and we're just speaking in one-liners. I promise you. I've seen his wife's face when we get rolling, and she just face palms. It's great. It's absolutely great.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with Wayne's World. I think it's a great movie. It's one of the greatest of all times. But like I said, for me personally, I don't have it as high up there.
Number 3, it absolutely I think deserves a spot.
Yep.
Airplane. Oh my god, Airplane is incredible.
Yeah.
That's not number 1.
No, but I'm a little like I'm not. There's Monty Python humor. Like it takes a bit of you gotta get used to it. Like I've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I've seen Life of Brian. But like the Holy Grail is so quotable. Like the scene where they're trying to storm the castle.
Iconic.
Or the buddy scene.
I just can't believe this isn't number 1, but number 2, folks, obviously giving away Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Unbelievable. So, what would you believe? Oh, so you've already seen. I haven't scrolled yet. I was gonna say, what do you believe number 1 would be?
Oh fuck! Honestly,
Okay, and I've never heard of this.
I don't know. Like, honestly, it surprised me that there really wasn't any Jim Carrey movies.
Yeah, like we don't see The Mask or
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura. Nothing. No Robin Williams. Nothing with Robin Williams.
Yeah, like really, nothing with Robin Williams. Like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Y'all don't have anything with the Wayans family in it. Just Richard Pryor. Come on, the greatest stand-up comedian of all time. Are you kidding me? But number 1, ladies and gentlemen, from 1964 is Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Uh, Never heard of it a day in my life.
After seeing the rest of the list, I could definitely say Coming to America was definitely ranked probably lower than it should. I think it probably need to be bumped up about 4 places.
See, just because I'm curious, I just did a quick search. Greatest comedy movies of all time. We got a top 100. I'll just glaze through it real quick.
Just go top 10. Top 10. Top 10 is all we need to worry about.
IMDb number 10 is Stir Crazy. Richard Pryor. Bam. Number 9, The Jerk with Steve Martin. Amazing. Number 8, Modern Times with it's a Charlie Chaplin movie. Number 7, Annie Hall with Woody Allen, 1977. Number 6, 1933's Duck Soup. Number 5 is that Doctor Strangelove movie. I mean, okay, I guess it's a Stanley Kubrick. No, Caddyshack didn't make IGN's top 25. Nope, throw it out. Throw it out. Ain't no way. Throw it out. Ain't no way.
Oh, also, no Adam Sandler movies in the top.
No, so these folks don't really like that sophomore humor too much. Then, but if that's the case, you're telling me Borat is funnier than Happy Gilmore. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
That I no.
Or Anger Management.
Or Big Daddy.
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds is wonderful. Little Nicky. Damn it, that movie's hilarious. Number 3 from IMDb was Blazing Saddles. Number 2, Airplane. And number 1 was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Like, dude, come on. Yeah, and I'm going to look at that list for later. We'll talk about it afterwards. But, yeah, IMDb, hey, y'all do you.
We disagree wholeheartedly.
y'all do you. so if let us know what y'all think some of the funniest movies of all time are. Listen, some of the people I know what their answers would be. Also, Friday didn't make this list, so kiss my ass. Ain't no damn way. Speaking of movies like Friday, that movie set in the hood, and a lot of us grew up really poor. And not necessarily saying they were poor, but a lot of folks grew up struggling, myself included. And one thing, what I recall about being a child is in a house and a home like we had and living like we did, sometimes you ate what you could get. And when you got a lot of mouths to feed, you may not always be able to get the best quality. And sometimes you just got to make stuff work. And there wasn't a term for it then, but looking back on it, we ate a lot of struggle meals. And you know what? It's been the first time in a long while. We're going to make this our retro rewind on Triple B's this week. We're going to talk about struggle meals we grew up eating. Now, you were talking about one beforehand, which, depending on how you prepare it, I guess you wouldn't really call a struggle meal. But you said, what, hamburger helper?
It's hamburger helper, tuna helper, all that. Like, they're not bad, but, like, if you're trying to lose weight, they're not healthy for you.
Oh, hell no.
So like it's one of those things of like I do enjoy hamburger helper. Like I love me some 3 cheese. I love me some double bacon cheeseburger pasta. Tuna the cheesy tuna helper. I love when I could find it. The hamburger helper spaghetti. I grew up on that shit.
I've never once had that.
It's for me. It's nostalgia. Plus, it was one of my dad's favorites. So like it's kind of got a sentimental spot for me. But like I've cut that out of my diet completely. It's like, and honestly, like as I got older, like it does not really taste it as good as it used to.
No, and that's one of those things as you get older, your taste buds develop, and they change over time. Stuff you grew up eating that you really loved doesn't taste the same. Might even be nasty now. Yeah. With me, one thing I always remember eating all the time that wasn't an all the time thing, but I don't have anymore is salmon patties. And
oh my god,
I used to tear those things up.
I haven't had salmon patties since my dad passed.
Damn, dude! Wow, it's unlocked a core memory.
My dad would make those. I'm like, I wasn't a huge fan of them, but like I'd eat them occasionally. But like, my dad loved them. He'd make a bunch of them, and like he'd have them for like lunch for the week.
My mom used to make those, and I loved them. One thing also is that I figured out as I got older, the things you ate when, like, okay, we were on WIC, and that was when you had the little folder and everything.
I hate it. I hate WIC.
Yeah.
I don't hate the program. I hate how complicated it is as somebody who's worked in retail.
Oh, totally. But when you had the folder, you get the things that that are within the guidelines that they let you get. And I learned as I got older, the things that I hated as a child were because of how they were presented as opposed to, being made the right way. So I
Yeah.
did not like sweet potatoes at all. Canned yams, oh God. Canned asparagus, canned spinach, greens. Oh, ugh. Those were like, if I had a round table of foods that would make me puke, it was those four. But they were all in cans. I didn't understand until I got older how delicious fresh spinach is. And you know what I do now
No.
with my salads? Fresh spinach. I don't do
Oh,
lettuce.
like canned spinach is awful. It's like literally for me, it looks like rotten spinach. Like I said, me and Jared, we back in the day we worked in produce, so like when I'd see like the spinach like going bad, it's like is that what they used to they can the spinach and make it look like that? Like this rotten stuff? No, thank you.
I've never seen that, so I couldn't
Oh no,
think.
like with spinach is one of those things you got to be careful. Like, it goes bad like that.
Speaking of foods that go bad, so, and I was talking about this at lunch earlier today. Beans and neck bones. My mom used to make big pots of that, and it was a case of if everybody did not eat it all, and it would go bad. I have never smelled a food worse than beans and neck bones that went bad, and then you'd have to go outside and dump that pot. Like, let's say it's your turn to do dishes, and and it's a big silver pot. You gotta go dump that outside, and then soak it. It smells terrible. I can't eat
Uh,
beans and neck bones now.
have you ever smelled a rotten tomato, rotten potato?
No.
Oh, dude, I tell you right now, nothing. The only smell that might be close to a rotten potato is a rotten pumpkin.
I don't even want to imagine that.
Tell you like when working at Kroger, we'd be selling pumpkins in the bins. Like, dude, I couldn't tell you like when it's still like mid October and it's still like 80 plus outside, hot as hell. Those pumpkins, like if they go bad, it just damn you stick your head in these big old bins of like pumpkins that are just hot in there. It's so
Oh, fuck.
and also like, dude, I tell you, I kid you not, like if I'm passing potatoes, like I can pick out a rotten potato like quick because I was like I smell like there's a rotten one in here somewhere.
See, I'm
Like
not.
it's that strong.
Ew. Noted to not be around anything like that if I don't
Don't
have
let your
to.
potatoes go bad.
Yeah, noted. Now, other struggle meals. Think about this, like eating what we some people call them hood dogs when you're still eating hot dogs with regular bread and not a bun. Listen,
Oh, or burgers.
first and foremost, let me tell you something about that. That's not struggle. I don't buy buns all the time. There's something different about that. But when you get the greasy fat burger you make at home and it's still greasy and you smash the bread and all the grease is seeping into the bread and stuff,
Yeah, and then
that's a
the
struggle
bread.
burger.
Yeah, no, dude, we had it growing up. Like, it's let's put it this way: when at home, me and my wife, we don't do like the cheap buns. We do brioche buns.
Oh, y'all fancy like that.
Yeah, so it's like there's a world difference between like growing up doing like, oh, here's two slices of white bread, make your thing, be done. It's like no, it's a whole different world now for me. It's like I honestly I don't know if I could do that ever again.
Listen,
But like hot slice of breads, hot dog buns, that's 100% fine.
now that's still fine, but let me tell you something. I don't care how much money one person comes into life. There are certain foods that
Oh,
we call struggle meals that you will never be too good for.
there. I mean, if you're too good for a peanut butter sandwich, go fuck yourself. But here's
Oh
a
my
struggle I didn't
gosh.
I forgot about a cheese sandwich.
Woo boy. And that's actually what started all this was someone bringing my daughter's great uncle bringing up eating egg sandwiches, and I said, "Damn, I ain't heard about an egg sandwich in a long time."
Wait, egg sandwiches are struggle meals? I did not know this. Like
I
dude, I still eat them today. Like,
Cheese sandwiches are a dead ass struggle, but I thought looking back from when I was a kid, I remember not having a whole lot of nothing. You'd be given an egg sandwich with a little bit of seasoning on it and some cheese.
I mean, my egg sandwiches were a little bit different. Mine were a cheese egg with mayo on them.
I don't remember the mayo, but I definitely remember the
That's
cheese.
that's just what we did.
Okay. See, I don't remember all the little extra, but there's just certain things you will never be too good for. And I'll tell you
I
what, listen, if
I
I
just
hit
like
the lottery,
go
bro.
ahead. We're trying talking.
Yeah,
We're
sorry,
trying talking over each other.
you're beautiful. If I hit the lottery tonight, best believe, if I were to hit the lottery on anything big, my ass will still be eating fried bologna sandwiches till the day
Oh,
I die.
I
That
don't
that always
I
hits.
I don't eat much bologna anymore.
I don't either. However, the craving hits every
Oh
now and
no,
then.
100%. Like nothing like a fried like toast two pieces of bread, fry up a slice of bologna, and then while it's cooking on the other side, take a slice of American cheese, lay it on there, let it melt,
Hello,
slap that. Oh
come on.
god, I didn't realize this was a struggle meal, but one thing I used to do for a bologna sandwich, I didn't do cheese. I would toast bread, butter them, put the piece of bologna in the middle.
Come on. Wow.
It's a quick, easy, simple like snack or meal.
I'll tear that up.
I
I would
I
absolutely tear that up.
I tore several of them up.
Now, let me tell you something. Now, the last thing we'll get into before we wrap things up is I had a story about because ramen is the ultimate struggle meal.
Oh
Now,
God.
when no, not your ramen, like
No, I'm just talking about. You're talking about the
yeah,
ramen that's like literally about 20 cents a pack.
yeah, EBT ramen packed with salt. So I was in college at Arkansas State. Shout out to the Red Wolves. And one night, and this is a funny story. Me and one of my buddies, I'm still friends with him to this day. His name's Josh, great guy. We stole his roommate's car. Went on a joyride around Jonesboro, Arkansas, like 3 in the morning. And ladies and gentlemen, this was when Walmart was still 24 hours. So keep in mind, this is the same campus where I first discovered that unsweet tea was a thing because I never knew it existed until I was 20 years old because all tea is tea to me. So all my life, I've only thought with ramen noodles, there's only beef and chicken. Much to my surprise, I find out they got cheddar cheese ramen.
Did you never see the shrimp ramen?
No, beef and chicken.
Oh, dude, we ate chicken ramen.
I looked at the shit and we bought some. I'm like, so we making gourmet struggle out here. We making bougie struggle ramen. What is this shit? And I had never seen a blue pack of ramen noodles a day in my life. And of course,
I
fast forward 17 years, we got a whole smorgasbord of different flavors of ramen now.
now here's the thing. If you now this day and age, if you're not getting a if you can read the package ramen, it's not good ramen. If
Yeah, yeah.
if that package, if you can't read that package and it all looks like it's in hieroglyphs, that's the ramen you want.
Very fair. Very, very fair.
But if you have the option, go get authentic ramen. I'm sorry. Like if the moment you have real traditional ramen, you will never be able to eat packaged ramen again.
Man. And I still
Which,
haven't yet because I don't
well,
buy ramen anymore.
dude, next time you come out to St. Louis, I'm taking you out for a bowl of ramen. There's a place I found a place here in St. Charles, I think, or it's St. Peter's, one of the two. That does it's called Yummy House. It's got some really good ramen. There's another place it's a little bit more upscale.
Uh-huh.
That is supposed to be like the best place to eat ramen in St. Louis, but I digress. But no, next time up here, like I'm gonna teach you how to eat ramen.
Okay, now, and you know what? And having been my daughter's mother, who knows how to eat with actual chopsticks, my daughter has a practice set of chopsticks, and sometimes she will take those and eat and use them at school. Keep in mind, she's in second grade. I've never been able to master that myself, so that'll be something new. And let us know if you'd like to see us vlog that, because I absolutely would be down for something like that.
Yep, because you're going to have to learn that uh, you have to break your American habit of not slurping.
Oh,
You sl-
is that rude?
it's if you don't slurp your ramen, it's considered rude.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about? Like, if any soup or anything like that, yeah, I slurp it because the
No,
juice and everything is
I'm talking about
delicious.
like if you eat spaghetti, you don't slurp your spaghetti. It's considered rude
Well,
in
yeah, because I'm sure
American culture. In Japanese culture, it is considered rude if you don't slurp your ramen. So
because
while
I
you're eating the
imagine
noodles, because things it's if the chef can hear you slurping your ramen, it tells them, oh,
it's
they're
good.
enjoying the food.
I got you. I
If
got you.
quiet, the chef's gonna think, oh, my food doesn't taste good.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. No, I
I,
totally get
I,
that.
I don't have a fascination with Asian cultures at all.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Considering the fact that I thought you were Asian when I met you.
Dude, I got a story for you.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
when, Matt Whitworth can attest to this. When I was working at the AmeriCorps at the Boys and Girls Club, working with some of the older kids,
Yeah.
they called me Bruce Lee.
Yo. Oh man. Wow.
They thought I was Asian. I'm like, no, I'm not Asian.
Dude. Bruce Lee though? That's fucked. That's great. Now you all just kind of looked like that, like Asian Harry Potter or something, you know?
It's got to do with my ancestry. Like Native Americans and Asians have very similar, distinct appearances and features.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, you always kind of look. I'm like, dang, he kind of looked like little Japanese, going on. Kind of like how Hank Hill found out he had a long lost Japanese brother that looked just like him.
On that note,
Jeez, yeah, wrap up. So appreciate everyone for checking out this episode of Triple B's, which are now exclusive to YouTube until somebody decides that he wants to upload them to Spotify again. But if you haven't before, subscribe to the show on Spotify. Subscribe to my channel, K Rob's Corner, on YouTube, which is where you will find all of the episodes going forward. And also make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon, Beards, Brews, and Bros podcast. And if you do subscribe, we will talk about whatever topics that you yourself want to hear about. Well, and we also give shout outs. It's only $5 a month. So hit us up on Patreon. And also, if you haven't already, follow us on YouTube or on our official Facebook page. Same name, you know what to do. But until next time, for that handsome son bitch and this excessively handsome son bitch, and Jared Mossman, wherever he is. This is
let's be honest, he's out on his lawnmower right
he's
now.
probably yeah, he's probably mowing his grass right now and staring at it lovingly more than he does his kids. But anyway, we appreciate y'all, love y'all. Make sure to be kind, always rewind. We'll see you next time on Beards, Brews, and Bros. We're out of here.
Later.